Star Citizen Alpha 4.7 might quietly be one of the biggest systematic updates we've seen in a long time. Not because of new ships, but because the entire gameplay loop is changing. Crafting is finally arriving, asteroid dungeon style locations are being introduced in Nyx, mining resources now have quality levels, and the inventory system is getting a complete overhaul. So today, we're breaking down exactly what Alpha 4.7 adds and why it could fundamentally change how players make money in the verse. The biggest new gameplay activity in 4.7 is something called Operation Breaker Station. A new set of asteroid locations designed as group sandbox PvE encounters. These stations are essentially derelict mining facilities embedded inside large asteroids. Players will be tasked with restoring their systems and fighting through hostile NPCs while attempting to access valuable mining resources at the center of the asteroid. These locations are designed around small groups of roughly 4 to 6 players and combine multiple gameplay styles in a single mission location. Players might encounter FPS combat inside the station, ship combat outside the asteroid, cargo recovery missions, or waves of hostile NPCs attacking the facility while it's being brought back to life. These locations are part of the new Rockcracker dungeon system and will serve as repeatable gameplay hubs scattered across the Nyx system. But the real long-term change in Alpha 4.7 is the introduction of crafting. Players will now be able to craft items using a new deployable machine called the Item Fabricator. This machine can be purchased from refinery shops and placed in a hangar or base, where it becomes the central hub of crafting and dismantling equipment. All crafting is based on blueprints. Players start with a small set by default, but additional blueprints can be earned through mission rewards. And interestingly, these blueprint rewards are randomized across dozens of different mission types, meaning almost any gameplay loop could potentially unlock new crafting recipes. As a side note, blueprints are permanently tied to the player's account and are retained even after death, making them long-term progression rewards rather than consumables. Mining itself is also changing significantly in 4.7 with the introduction of a new mineral quality system. Every mineable resource in the game will now have a quality value. This value is preserved through the entire production chain, meaning if you mine high quality ore and refine it, the refined material will retain that quality rating. When those materials are used in crafting, the quality of the input materials directly affects the final item's performance. Higher quality materials will produce stronger equipment, while lower quality materials will produce weaker variants of the same item. Resource distribution is also being reworked to make specific materials easier to locate, while high-value resources will now appear in much smaller quantities. Alongside crafting, the entire inventory system has been redesigned to make item management much easier. Instead of constantly opening and closing different containers, the new interface uses a 2-panel layout that allows players to move items between inventories instantly. Nearby containers, backpacks, cargo boxes, and bodies are automatically detected and appear as selectable tabs in the interface. A new equipment panel and character paper doll system allows players to quickly equip gear and manage attachments while searching, filtering, and a new stack all function make sorting large inventories significantly easier. Ship combat and engineering systems are also receiving balance updates in 4.7. Shields now have increased health and less variance between models, while energy weapons deal more damage against shields. Armor now has a minimum penetration threshold, meaning smaller weapons may no longer be able to damage heavily armored ships unless the armor has already been weakened. This pushes ship combat further toward role-based engagements where certain ships are required to effectively damage larger targets. The aim assist is now tied directly to the radar installed on your ship. Higher grade radar systems will extend the distance at which aim assist activates, while smaller radar systems will limit assist to much closer engagements. Mining itself is also being rebalanced as part of the new crafting economy. High-value resources now appear in smaller quantities, and asteroid rocks will typically contain a single resource alongside inert material. These changes are meant to make resource hunting more intentional while supporting the new crafting and manufacturing systems being introduced. If you've been following the development of Star Citizen and you just took a break or you're thinking about getting in, this is definitely one of the patches to keep an eye on. Alpha 4.7 isn't just another patch, it's the beginning of Star Citizen's long-promised player-driven economy. With crafting, resource quality, new asteroid dungeon style locations, and a completely redesigned inventory system, the way players gather resources and create equipment is starting to fundamentally change. We'll have to see how these systems evolve as testing continues, but Alpha 4.7 is already shaping up to be one of the most important foundational patches in recent memory. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Are you more excited about crafting your own gear or firing up a breaker station laser? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video or you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'll be diving deep into these new mechanics the second they hit the live servers and possibly even the PTU, so you don't want to miss it. Remember guys, fly safe, watch your six, and I'll see you in the verse. See you in the next one guys. Peace.